And welcome back, intrepid travellers, to Tyranny! I'm getting good at my evil laughs. Yes, we're back. We just talked to the great archons of the different tribes, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, and both want us to help them with their attacks. The Disfavored are going to go straight across the river, while the Scarlet are mopping up the surrounding areas so they can't get flanked. We do have some unspent points though, which I am definitely going to do. Let's go for our... Oh, it shows you what we get there, which is nice. Attack and ability strength. Ability and spell cooldown. No, we don't need spell stuff. I do like that one. Finesse. But no, we'll get some more strength for now so we hit harder. Save. And we got some ability stuff, agility and range. I'm not sure what I want to get. Yeah, let's go the arrow shield. Sure. Oh, we got 2 points. Okay. That's good. We're posting missed melee attacks. We don't have stealth, so that's not really helping. Requires 2, and there we go. Yeah. Oh no, we need 2 more points for that one. 1 for range. I do like this. Piercing throw adds armor penetration to attacks with thrown weapons. That is nice. Why can't I get it? I want it. Give it to me. Nope, doesn't look like it. And those were our quests. So let's get on and head down to Vendrian's Well. Was it Vendrian's Well? Yes, it was. We can head to Scarlet Chorus camp. Takes 2 hours. We've got 8 days left. Oh, this is going to be close. It's kind of like tense that you actually have a time limit here. Usually with RPGs, you just go along at your own pace, you talk to all the different people, you gather your little side quests, but no, this one, it's like all on a time limit. Here's my friends, the Scarlet Chorus. I like them. And let me know too, I'm not sure if I want to do like a full lore playthrough, like actually, you know, talking about everything, asking for those lore options as well. It does take a bit of time to go through it all, so, you know. If you do want me to do that, that's great. I'll do it. And I do enjoy the story. But if you just want me to skip through, get to all the big points, then yeah, we can do that too. We have a bigger problem. No, they don't need our help. Let's keep moving. Keep rolling, roll. The chorus. These are chorus grounds. State your business or get lost. The guard places her hand by her belt as you approach, gripping the hilt of a blade. Past this point is chorus territory and you don't look like someone's conscript. You're sure you're in the right place? Yeah, let's say we're the Fate Binder of Tunon. I am Ruby, Fate Binder of Tunon. I am here to help vanquish the Oathbreakers. You know, I think I was told to expect somebody, but you seem too ugly to be her. Her lips crumple into a smirk. Why exactly should I let you in? Because I will kill you if you don't. You don't! This is the Fate Binder! She's been with us since the Gates of Judgment. Fucking new fish! Start learning the names and faces or I'll find work as someone's moving target. Ooh. The guard shakes her head, blushing with embarrassment. I'm terribly sorry. Now please come right in. New fish. Fish, fish, fish. That's like a prison saying, isn't it? Ooh, Archer peeps. Hey, Archer peeps. Filthy mongrels. Ooh, enemy soldiers. I must authorize all prisoner visits. Dun, dun, dun. You, as much an accusation as a question. The broad-shouldered woman shakes her head with a scowl. So you're Junan's fate binder. I was expecting something more. Impressive. She bows in spite of her misgivings. Death knell, Scarlet Fury, my time is yours for as long as it amuses me. The fighter effortlessly spins a bronze sword about in her hand. Let's get one thing clear. Stick to your words in law. Leave the fighting to the grown adults. Your corpse would just be a tripping hazard to those of us having a proper bit of carnage sport. We've got enough useless twats dying for our name as it is. Our horde recruits seem good for, of late, is piling in a ship-wrecking mound on the battlefield. She hums low to herself and flips her sword side to side with several deft flicks of her wrists. Keeps up and we'll have to toughen our recruitment standards again. Bum, bum, bum. Let's see, we've got what were you expecting? Insult me again and I'll bury that blade in your belly before you can scream. What can you tell me of the Scarlet Chorus? What is your role in the chorus? How was the military life yeah. Insult me again and bury the blade in your belly before you can scream. I like it. I got loyalty with verse for saying that, and favour with the Scarlet Chorus. She peels a surprise but pleased laugh at your threat, tapping the flat of the blade against her thigh. She cants her neck until it audibly cracks. Maybe there's something more to you fate finders after all. We won't worry about the law, we know about the Scarlet Chorus. We might come back to her. She doesn't have any actual quests or story elements. Just more lore. Oh, hello, Salvaros. Hail, Fatebinder of Tunon! The disfavored officer pounds a heavy gauntlet against his chest in a stiff but warm grin. See, the disfavored seem to like, the whole pomp and circumstance of military life, saluting, all that polished preen kind of stuff. So being nice to them looks to get you favour. While with the Scarlet Chorus, being a rough and ready arsehole, they appreciate, they respect, they admire that. I am betting or a superstitious man, I say fortune must favour me today. I am not. But I'm pleased to meet you all the same. Now what brings you to my little slice of personal damnation, otherwise known as this here mud and shit stinking chorus camp? Yeah, the disfavored wouldn't like being in a Scarlet camp. Let's see. Have anything to report, soldier? Why are you stationed with the chorus? He obviously did something bad. You act like it's punishment to be assigned to this detail. Our lives are at risk, and even then you can't get along with the chorus. Let's say, what have you to report? We might be an arsehole, but we're military first. We want to get all the information. He cants his head to one side, taken aback. What about the chorus isn't unusual? The army itself is a strange, malnourished beast. But no, the screamers seem mostly in order, man, and I haven't been spying, if that's what you're implying, man. Still, as a post, he studies you sharply, scarcely appearing to grieve. Course, even if I was, it'd be damn near impossible to learn anything from this shit sty. Fifth Eye and these damn furies don't even loot me in enough for me to do my detail, and it's not for lack of my part. Right, because you seem easy to work with, yeah. You're an asshole. He guffaws loud and amused. Actually, they all like people being an asshole to them. Masochists. He guffaws loud and amused. Aren't I? Iron Marshal always said I was too soft when it came to incomers, on account of me being such a good-natured fellow. I gained favour with both for being an asshole. Great. Let's see. Let's see, why are you stationed with the chorus? From the way most of the days go, you'd think I was here to row with blood chanters and scarlet furies, but my post is to represent the disfavored's interest before Fifth Eye and the Scarlet Choruses, before Iron Marshal Erenos. Not that I've gotten to do either in as much as the last span. What do you think of the Scarlet Chorus? Have they been cooperative? Sure. No one tells me anything. They all lack honor and discipline. Don't think they could cooperate, even if it's what they actually wanted, he grunts. Guess I shouldn't be surprised, considering they serve the Archon of Secrets. You spoke ill of one of Kiros' generals?
No, you must know I meant no disrespect of the Overlord man. He shifts beneath his weight of his armor uncomfortably. Besides, only a dumb shit or a dying man would insult the voices in his own camp. And I don't intend to be neither.
Alright, farewell.
Curious.
Very, very, very curious. Cat. It's running in front of me. A little cat. Oh, look at the piggy. Piggy. Awesome. Alright.
Watch yourself, fit bundle.
Yeah, you watch yourself. Frickin' stab you. A rusty fork. Getting into the roll.
Sorry, I can't.
Ah, no, we don't need that. It's not worth enough. Alright, let's come over here. Well, look who we have here, chewing on some manner of cud. A heavy-set soldier flings spittle and crumbs as she talks. The Fatebinder finally shows herself. I'm Reg, the second soldier chimes in. Oh no, there is Reg. She's not Reg, she's Baz.
I'm Reg.
The second soldier chimes in.
And this is Baz, and we were wondering when you might pay the camp a visit. The fifth eye has been a little starved for attention. He ordered us to
watch you like a troublesome babe. Make sure you don't get out of line. Baz knits her fingers together, joints crackling as she smiles. Reg clears his throat loudly, scowling at Baz.
Something like that. If you have questions, ask us. Good luck finding anyone else in camp who'll give you answers, or even a smile.
Well, lovely. Do we want to know about them? No, we'll leave it for today. We'll see if you want it for next episode to go into the lore of each person and, you know, what they're happening and all that kind of stuff. So, it takes a bit of time to read all that junk. Well, it's not really junk. It's actually really interesting, I think. But, you know, it takes a lot of time. Let's see, what can you tell me about the fifth eye? That's a good one. Reg trades an uncomfortable glance at Baz and lowers his voice to a whisper.
They say he shares a direct link with the voices of Narat. Guard your tongue around him. He's a little...
wild, bloodthirsty, and mad. Baz thinks for a moment. Brilliant. Alright, what do you know about Vendrian's well? The walls might seem imposing, but the Vendrian Guard do a better job of hiding its weaknesses than fixing them. We took the Citadel once before, we can take it again.
We have to, don't we?
Reg looks at the imposing Tower of the Spire.
Though, Kyros knows I don't want to stay any longer than necessary.
She follows his gaze and shakes her head. You should know better than to parade your cowardice before the Fatebinder.
It's not cowardice, it's just superstition.
Are you afraid of the Spire? I'm sorry,
Fatebinder, I shouldn't have mentioned anything.
He sighs. The fact
of the matter is we were told to stay away from spires and old walls ever since we were babes. Of all the dumb childhood lessons they fell by the wayside, that one stayed the same.
Imagine a soldier of the chorus pissing himself over architecture.
Indeed. More like what's underneath. Reg frowns. The Bane lurks around those old sites and kill anything they can catch unawares. I have no wish to meet the Bane in combat unless there are 100 blood chanters at my back.
She twists her lips into a frown as she considers this. Me neither, I suppose. Fairly well. Bom, bom, bom. Ooh, we got some stuff over here we can steal. Let's steal. We're the Fatebinder. It's all ours by right. Oh, we can go around the back. Nice. Steal some stuff. Water. Take all. There you go. Oh.
Can't do that.
Quiet, Shiv. It proves everything. Warrior slams her fist together in a resounding clap. Like, for instance, whether you're fit to lead that flock of children. Dum, dum, dum.
Did you not hear the news of the edict? This is foolish distraction. We ought to be shaving our fight for the enemy.
The chorus warrior looked to his gang, giving them a quick nod. What's the problem here?
No problem here, Madame Binder. She tosses her blade in the air, catching it with a smile on the way down. Captain Fuckwit here seems he's about to balk from the challenge. Thinks just because he used to run a ship, he's qualified to run a gang. She spits on the ground, looking up with a scowl. So I'm calling him out, because the way I see it, his warriors ought to follow me, not this new blood. Captain Fuckwit was my father. Fuckwit will do just fine. The warrior points at the opposing gang. If we have to prove our strength, we will do so happily. But I'll have your hands and feet removed, and the rest of you kept for my own use. Care to wager on this fight? I could use it for your rings. Yeah, let's wager. Why not? Might as well win a string as I got her and take her gang. He spits a wad of blackish, vagrant chore towards Quiet Shiv's feet. A sharp, vicious grin cuts across her face. You're welcome to try. I bet 5 rings. Yeah, let's go Quiet Shiv. She's calling him the new blood, so he's probably not as experienced in this Scarlet Chorus. Right, Quiet Shiv. Come, who of you will be first to meet my blade? The gang leader tosses her knife from one hand to the next. Alright, everybody's dead. Except you two. Well, that was dumb. Yeah, we got some stuff from it. Is that him? Sniggler Dagos. What a name. Upon noticing your approach, the merchant straightens his posture and smiles. What an honor. The name Sniggler Dagos, originally from the relative tranquility of the Northern Empire. I've since accepted a nomadic life for the sake of keeping Kiros' forces supplied with only the finest goods, local and imported. Ooh, raised village is now unlocked on the world map. A small smirk gradually forms. I am also aware of your past with Scarlet Chorus. We've benefited greatly after you ruled that we could keep the iron those disfavored pups couldn't even hold on to. He looks around and motions to you to come closer. We may also have stashed a bit more of what we found off the beaten path. Not all choirmen are as careful with their booty as others. Here, let me mark it on your map. Nice. He winces a little. It's not much, but let me know if I can see any piques your interest. Okay. A Ripper. That sounds nice. One-handed and thrown weapons. Ooh, it's a thingy, isn't it? Yeah, it's a spear. That's nice, but we don't have 333 of those. Ah, precision 6. That's decent. Yeah. Buy some gloves then. Perfect. All right. He was standing right in front of us the whole time. The binder of Tunon arrives. What is he going to sound like? Squealing with teenagers, Timber, the fifth eye's voice makes your gums itch and your fingernails feel in need of a trim. Teenagers, Timber. And we just finished having a bit of sport with some captives, but worry not. We'll have more fun with another batch momentarily. Dressed in the bronze-red regalia of the Crimson Spears, the fifth eye beckons you to stand close, wagging a blood-spattered glove. Now that you've issued this edict and doomed us all to die, have you come to help us climb out of this hole? Chirps of laughter emanate from under his mask. I trust you are getting your warriors ready for battle. I'm not here to follow you every order, but we all need to work together, so is it? I trust you're getting your warriors ready for battle. Yes. We know the Oathbreakers are focused in the citadel beneath the mountain spire, but we have learned this is not their only nest. The fifth eye wags a hand in the air with a high-pitched squeal of displeasure. Given their pattern of attacks, they must have a second group maintaining camp here in the outer valley. And unless we deal with this second group, they'll attack from behind the moment we cross the river. So you have a large force for all these weeks. You've let the enemy move freely through the valley. The disfavored think you can't control your horde and that many are defecting back to the Vendrian Guard. Yeah, let's piss him off a little bit. Wrong, and perhaps... He gestures with his spear in the arc towards the sprawling camp. It's no mean feat to herd this many desperate lives. For every 2 hands of humanity, there is at least 1 finger that snaps from the stress of our ways. If you have been lost on the margins, I won't deny that. But if you store grain, expect some rat feces. If you lead killers, expect some desertion. Alright, so you need help taking out the Oathbreakers? And while a good old-fashioned slaughter would be an efficient solution, the smarter answer is not to kill them, but to add their strength to ours. My last group of scouts returned with a new batch of prisoners, and one of these prisoners claims she can lead us to the Vendrian Guard's secondary camp. Though there are shreds of deception in her voice. I could use your help questioning this vrag cow. Perhaps you will get less screams and tears. More useful information out of her. If we knew where to ambush the Oathbreakers, we could try and take their captain and show him the wisdom of joining the chorus. Let's see, I will speak with the prisoner. Why not just ask the Archon of Secrets? I don't belong to the Archon Rat. What's my help worth? Are a few more conscripts going to change anything at this point? I have no time for this. Let's speak with the prisoner, sure. I will meet you there. She is waiting by the other prisoners. Because if we find the camp, then we can just go there, slaughter them, and the disfavored are going to be fine for their advance. And it also helps the Scarlet Chorus by getting more people for their army as well, hopefully. More than they lose by attacking. Quireman, let the Fatebinder speak. Very well, fifth eye. Please, someone, I wish to bow before the voices of Narata. I thought all could find redemption in the chorus. A woman in a makeshift armor at the Vendrian Guard lurches forward in agony. Her soiled, trembling legs suggest she has been forced to stand for days. This one, he flippantly waves at the prisoner, was hollering earlier than she knows the location of the Vendrian encampment, but she isn't being entirely honest. I told this thing, the prisoner turns pale a moment, before a look of determination comes over her face, that I wanted a guarantee I'd live and be welcomed into the chorus as a captain, then I'll talk. Otherwise, they'll just kill me once I've opened up. I was dumb enough to join with the Vendrian Guard, but I'm not dumb enough to give away my bargaining bronze. Yep, tell me what you know, and I can see to your release. I'm just lying to her anyway. And actually, you claim you would disavow your people for the Scarlet Chorus. Why change? Why the change of heart? Because I want to live, and you don't need to be the Archon of Premonitions to know that the younger realms are gone for good. She blinks several times, catching her breath. Kyros is the new strength of the tears. I would rather stand with his Archons than be crushed by them. Tell me what you know, and I'll see to your release. I heard the chorus is looking for Captain Pellox of Florian and his crew. I can lead you to them, but only if you release me. She turns her head, taking a long look at skewered and smouldering corpses around her. She tugs at her restraints, but to no avail. Athletics or subterfuge? Yeah, let's go the subterfuge one. Athletics is raising our voice, start talking. Subterfuge, you're lying. And we could have the voices of Marat extract what you know from your mind. Let's go subterfuge. Yay, we gained the experience with subterfuge. Well, you see, shaken by your demand, her lips moved wordlessly for several seconds. So I don't know exactly where the rest of my crew is, but I can tell you. She shakes her head, catching her breath. Search that one. She reaches up with her right leg and points with her foot, calling attention to a nearby pile of corpses. The tall, dark one, missing most of his face. Check his left boot. He was the literate one in our crew. He had the orders. With a snap of his fingers, a pair of firemen yank the boot off the fallen guardsman. A rolled parchment slides out of the boot and is thrust into the fifth eye's hands. He unfurls the scroll to give a read. It's the nonsense, just a mash of words. Laughter erupts from under the mask. She said she had information. She gives us garbage. Slay this wretch for wasting our time. He snaps his fingers at nearby Scarlet Chorus, who promptly snatches a long knife from her belt. So what to do here? Like, staying silent and she's just going to be killed, but we might lose information. Yeah, let's do that. I heard she'd swear fealty to the voices of Narat. Initiation rite would be in order. Seeing as you are an expert on the subject of fate, I will entertain your wisdom on the matter. What then would you propose to do with her? So, we point to the other prisoners. Let's test her loyalty, kill those guardsmen, send her back as our agent. When the time comes, she will aid us. You're wasting a good slave. Work her until she's broken and feed her to the pigs. Ooh, okay. Yeah, test her loyalty. Done. Oh, point to the other prisoners. Let's test her loyalty. Kill those guardsmen with something blunt. Farai looks at the prisoners once her allies and closes her eyes as her bonds are untied. The onlookers snicker and cheer with the heavy rock is placed in her hand. Oh. Mouthing something inaudible, she lifts the rock high above her head and smashes it down on the prisoner's skull, wincing back a scream as she hoists the stone over her head a second time to finish the job on the other prisoner. The bloody rock hits the ground and Varia slumps to her knees in defeat a moment later. Wow, that's brutal. Good, good. Fifth Eye places his bloody hand on the trembling woman's soldier and nods to her. Welcome to the Scarlet Chorus. Do not fail us. As a pair of soldiers come to lift Varia, the Fifth Eye turns to you, his voice filled with glee. Where's a slave to clean up this offal when you need it? We're no closer to finding the Oathbreaker's position. Not with this cryptic mess. She promised us answers and all she gave us was gibberish.
Sorry to interrupt, but I highly doubt it's gibberish. More likely, it's one of the local scripts.
The voice comes from another prisoner tied up next to Varia, an older gentleman with quills, inks, vials, and parchment scrolls one finds on the sages of the School of Ink and Quill. Ink smudges cover his cheeks, temples, and ears. His clothes appeared charred, and between the rips of the fabric you spot burn scars along his arms. Despite being emaciated and tied to a post, he offers a beaming smile. Who are you?
I'm Sage Lantry, one of the hired quills that was coordinating missives between the Vendrian Guard captains. They aren't paying me anymore and aren't coming to my rescue. So I'll decipher that parchment for you. That's what smart prisoners do, right? Make themselves useful.
He actually sounds like he's trying to be helpful. Well, if you're in that position, you do anything you can to get out. Yep. Can you read this?
Well, let me see. I can't.
He reads the words for a second time, nodding in silence.
I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm half certain that's Sage Selwyn's handwriting. I'm sure I could decipher that in a few hours' time. Don't need my hands free, but I think better when not tied to a post. I know. I'm that way.
Yes, that is weird. A few hours. Either you can read it or you cannot. What use is a sage that doesn't know his letters? I've heard all I need to hear. I say we have some fun with this one. Alright, let's give him a few hours. If it helps us find the camp. Read the edict. I don't need to tell you the sundial is working against us. This adult old bag is trying to stall us. The voices of Narat. Let's see, untie him, give him a chance to translate. The voices of Narat will be upset to know you squandered a source of enemy intelligence. Yeah, that's the one. Or he's trying to help. Isn't that worth something? Another useless prisoner? See, that's what the voice of Narat is. He's the spy master, so he wants intelligence. How true, then we shan't put him to waste. He will serve us a most riveting source of amusement as we put him on trial.
Fatebinder, I beseech you, be my advocate for this trial. I'm no fool. I know the chorus uses blood, not words, to settle these matters. But you are a servant of the Archon of Justice, are you not?
Let's see, fine, but I'll be his champion. This one needs to live. Release this prisoner at once. I'm taking him into custody. We need the prisoner alive. This is a terrible idea. He obviously has useful information, yet you're willing to let him die for sport? Yeah, I'll be his champion. Screw it. This one needs to live.
Good. I like it when Tunon's puppies get their paws dirty.
Did you hear that, my brothers and sisters? Raising his arm to the sky, the fifth eye roars for all nearby to hear. Trial by combat is upon us! The sage is unbound from the post's stiff legs, nearly buckle as he attempts to walk, and his arms flex and flail in their new freedom. Wiping sweat and grime from his brow, the sage steps close to you with a nervous smile. Rhythmic roaring and the stomping of hundreds of feet in unison flood the camp. Hordemen begin to circle and swirl about, brandishing weapons and cheering. Begin the chant of gathering. Let the warriors know that tonight's entertainment will soon commence. So he doesn't want to waste time with the 2 hours he takes to read. But I don't know, let's gather everyone together for a trial by combat that could have taken an hour or two easily, you know? That's ridiculous. Brothers and sisters, we amongst you sets the standard for strength. Who amongst you will help winnow the weak from their strong? The fifth eye waves his hand in the air, drawing in a gathering of chorus soldiers. Oh, it's that lady with the bow and arrow. Sweet. Our claimants have been assembled. Now let the trial of the Oathbreaker begin.
To battle!
Alright, so we are here. We've got... Oh, hello, what's your skills? Oh, you're a healer. Restoring touch. Might and vitality. So you can definitely cast that. We are going to do our lovely little blood-soaked stone knockdown. Oh, we've got a healing skill now too, Quicken. Huh. Oh, okay. He'll heal us if we need him to. Let's kill the one person we don't like first. Oh, they're nearly dead. Nice. And you're hurt. So we need you to heal our friend here. And we are going to finish off this target. And now we need to kill this person quickly. Before he kills our lovely person here. And we'll grant us the might, so we can probably kill them quicker.
I'm on it.
Nice. That was too easy. And now, we burn you alive. No, we bleed you alive. Skewer. Penetrating armor. Sounds nice. I have an item I can use to heal you. The health bar next to their portrait will start to decrease. When a party member's health drops low enough, they will gain a wound and the health bar will turn red. Wounded characters have maximum health reduced and receive a penalty to all skills. Press or when a character level is up. Okay, so... Oh, you're really wounded. Yow. I didn't realize that. Well, she used the potion then, which is good. Alright, so let's burn you now. You. Yep, heal our friend. Oh, and you took a bad tack then.
Await my...
And now we can hit you hard, and you...
we should try that again. I'll tear your skeleton out by your ass!
There we go. I thought he was going to die then, but nearly. By the righteous shedding of blood we have found our answer. Regrettably, it appears the sage is worthy of leaving our camp alive. The fifth eye of... I wonder what happened if he did die. We wouldn't be able to take him with him. Mocking bow to Lantry. By the custom set forward by the voices of Narat, you are free to go, old man. Brag to your grandkids that you fell afoul of the chorus, yet lived to tell the story. Pit fighter. Yeah, let's use our pit fighter thing. Splendid, splendid! The fifth eye claps his bloody gloves as the crowd roars in approval. That's the spirit, fate binder. Show the dregs justice wrought from strength. He rubs his hands with a purr, audible over the cheer. If only Narat had claimed you before Tunan did. Alas. I thought I'd died tied to that post. The sage looks down as he wrote worn wrists in disbelief. Now hand me that parchment. I'm certain I can decipher it. Well, much of the parchment was weathered, but I could make out the important parts of the text. The note makes mention of a meeting spot west of Tripnet. Tripnet Willis is now unlocked on the world map, so the old sage knows his words after all. I'd ask that you travel ahead and see if you can get this Captain Florin to yield to the chorus. They will strike at first sight of a chorus gang. Perhaps they will parley if yours is the face they see. I know this area and I suggest we go at once. I'll show you the way. I'm eager to be far from the stench of this camp. Let's see. You're offering to come with me? Why? Something's amiss. There's a lot of fight in you for an old scholar. Now you're offering to join this expedition? How about you just tell me where it is? I don't need a tag along. Let's see. You've got a lot of fight for an old scholar. I've met sages every bit as cutthroat as hardened gang bosses. They act the part of dobbering scribes, but don't let that fool you. Smart for someone your age to be so mistrusting, but I'm not with the Oathbreakers, if that's what you're fishing at. I worked for them under duress, but I have no love for them. I'm not about to pledge to the chorus, and the disfavored wouldn't have me. Still, I consider myself a Kyros-fearing vassal of the Overlord's empire all the same. For as long as I've been a sage, I've been trained to defend myself. We don't spend all the time binding books and sketching wildlife, just most of it. For centuries we've been in a quiet war with the School of Tides and the School of Wild Wrath.
You can't travel alone as much as I do and not know the bronze dance. So you won't be a parchment weight during a fight. Good to know. And your little quill dagger, just for decoration. Let's see, yeah. So you won't be a parchment weight during a fight. Good to know. Oh no, I like to think I'm worth at least 3 or 4 angry peasants in a fight. Fine, if you're so eager, come to me, swear fealty to me, and I will let you leave this place with me. Yeah, swear fealty. Do it. If that is your price, I will pay it. I, Sage Lantry of School of Ink and Quill, do pledge my services and Skyne to the Fatebinder, and by extension, to the court of Tunon. He dips into a steep bow before rising with a solemn smile. I know I may seem old and frail, but I know how to step lightly and how not to get killed. Really, I won't slow you down. Lead the way, and I'll let me know if I can be of service. Are we done here? Let's hightail it to Trip Nettle. If your new pet doesn't behave himself along the way, I'm not above clipping his ears. Nice. So we've finished that quest now. Let's have a look at the map. Raised village. Oh, there's their camp over there. So we can go to the raised village first. Wow. And they had a supply drop there, which might be useful. And then we can go onwards. That's a cool map area. Nice. And we're all the way over here. So thanks for sticking with us, everybody. And I will see you next time in a Tyranny.